Imagine that a zombie outbreak has occurred in a city you're responsible for protecting. You're a commander fighting to keep this zombie outbreak from spreading, but sadly everything that you're doing is failing, eventually leading you to destroy a city and then yourself. Well, in today's video, we're going to quickly unpack the events leading up to the bombing of Seon and tell you why I believe Commander Jin Seon-Mu made the only decision. We'll also seek to answer the question, did General Seon make the best decision by committing suicide? Before we begin, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and let's start making some fatal decisions. Things get off to a really bad start immediately when only a few scant minutes after reuniting with his daughter, Seon-Mu, Seon-Mu sacrificed himself to save the children he just rescued from the zombie hordes. The directors even took the chance to reinforce just how completely the zombie transformation eliminates humanity from the people it infects. The episode shows the zombified Seon-Mu brushing right past Jin Seon's equally zombified mother. Lifelong neighbors, each now incapable even of noticing that the other exists. The kids wind up stranded on scaffold at a nearby construction site, and they're grim about their prospects for the future. Jin wonders if surviving can even be called living, given all the friends and family they've lost already. Seon-Mu insists that no one else should sacrifice themselves. She and Seon promise to talk tomorrow or next week, or whenever they're clean and fed and safe once again. But thanks to Green Nam, that won't be anytime soon. The unstoppable bully tracks them to their hiding place and a fight ensues, in which Seon gets bit. After pushing Green Nam down to the ground below, he kisses Seon-Mu goodbye and then sacrifices himself after screaming to the heavens that he's the happiest kid in the school. To lure the zombies down a shaft and away from the rest of the kids, he managed to escape to a nearby mountainside. None of this stops Green Nam. After first killing the archer Min-jae, who turns into a full zombie, Green Nam tracks Seon down again and finally pokes out his eyes. Seon grabs the bully and ensures they both get consumed by the bomb blast that follows. The commander of Seon's martial law has given the order to lure zombies to 4 locations, using drones broadcasting high-volume noise, then blast them all into the kingdom come. Seon High is one of the targets, and the fireball that destroys it kills Green Nam and Seon, our hero, as well. In the end, the commander can't bear the responsibility for the innocent lives he just ended. After first telling Assemblywoman Park to address the survivors in the quarantine camp, then making a final recording to his wife on the phone, upon which he then decides to shoot himself. Now that we have a recap to explain what took place, let's analyze the commander's decision and explain why I believe he made the only decision. The first reason why this had to happen was because all other strategies to contain the spread of the contagion was failing. The city tried to contain the spread by killing zombies, rescuing survivors, and even attempted to see if there was a cure. Sadly, all strategies failed to prevent this catastrophe. The next reason why this had to happen was because of the mutant variations of the virus. With the addition of people who can hide their symptoms until it was too late, it created an unpredictable situation. Consider the start of the movie. With a single mouse bite, an entire city was laid to waste. The spread of the virus occurred so quickly that the entire continent could be potentially zombified within a few months, which leads me to the next point. The spread of the virus occurred so quickly that this was the only decision. Within episode 11, the National Security Council conveys how fast the virus will spread if even one infected person escapes from the city. Since martial law has gone into effect, the deputy commander confirms the bombing of Seon for the greater good. Each section of the map represents miles of space and thousands of people. When the commander saw the visual of what would happen if the zombie outbreak left Seon and the neighboring villages, he knew that this was the only decision. Let's talk about Commander Seon's failed decision at the end of episode 11. Now, when I first saw the scene of Seon taking his life, I thought to myself, why make this decision? I mean, he pretty much saved an entire continent. But upon further review, Commander Seon made the only decision. Now, I'm not a fan of suicide. However, we have to understand that the colonel was methodical, practical, and always saw the big picture. As the commander explained in his farewell message, Seon-Mu simply could not live with the guilt of being the one who greenlit the bombing of Seon City, even though it was the only way to stop the Jonas virus. When Seon-Mu saw the videos that Lee Byung-chan made to document the evolution of the Jonas virus, he respected Byung-chan's inability to kill his own zombified wife and son. However, as Seon-Mu further explains, unlike Byung-chan, he is a soldier and he has a duty to the people. Seon-Mu dying by suicide right before the ending of All of Us Are Dead shows us the gravity of the decision that he had to make. Furthermore, by making this decision, he took ownership of his decision, even though many of the people did not understand the impact of the choice. Owning the decision shifted the blame on Seon and no one else, which is both admirable and level-headed. Regardless, I would have loved to see him survive for a season 2. Who knows, he may be zombified and may be part of the survival of the human race in season 2. So what would you do? And what decision would you make if this was you? Please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and thanks for watching.